This TikTok is just straight up creepy. Now, a girl named Megan posted her experience while fishing with her cousin, and they think that they caught the sound of a mermaid on camera. As she explains it, the two cousins were fishing off the Gulf of Mexico when they began to hear terrifying sounds. Megan says that the night started off normal, they were fishing and just messing around, but eventually at one point they started to hear strange sounds that she says belonged to sirens, perhaps trying to lure them into the water. Now, the footage was so crazy she posted it on TikTok to get other people's opinions, and they all agree with her. One user commented, "For those unaware how sirens lure, they pretend to be humans drowning or calling for help, then pull you in." Another person added, "It can't be a person screaming because there were no breaths in between. It's a long, frantic scream, a human would have to breathe, and if they were underwater, they'd have drowned in that time. Siren." Now, maybe it's a good thing that the two girls didn't get up and check out whatever was going on, because they might have become the creature's dinner. A mermaid sighting was recorded from a submarine while researchers were in the Greenland Sea. Now, they were actually there to study mermaids, but they were still shocked at what they found. First, they heard tapping on the glass from outside the submarine. Then, all of a sudden, a white hand cracked against the glass behind them. The person filming spins around just as a dark object can be seen swimming away. Close-up shots later showed the hand has 4 fingers and a thumb with webbing in between. Then another camera angle literally shows the creature swimming away. After this though, the researchers never saw this creature again. Was the tapping on the glass some sort of communication the mermaid was leaving for the humans? I don't know, but people are pretty convinced that this mermaid is real, as there have been many other stories about mermaids being spotted in the Greenland Sea. In 2010, a man named Howard Lockley began posting videos on YouTube of what he believed were real mermaid encounters. Now, he recorded sounds he heard at Wentworth Lookout, where he believed there to be at least one mermaid. In one video, he says that these strange sounds were recorded on February 6, 2010, between 3 to 5 a.m. Now, in the audio, you can hear strange mic interference that isn't normal, and at one point the mic actually stopped working altogether. But eventually it starts working again, and there's a lot of strange, eerie sounds being picked up. Not to mention, Howard had done this multiple times and gotten the same results. He even spoke to fishermen in the area who believed there was a mermaid that wandered in the waters as well. Now, the description of Howard's YouTube channel says, "Sightings of the so-called Wentworth mermaid date back as far as the 19th century. The creature, whose gaze is said to spell death for whomever meet it, has been attributed to a number of unexplained disappearances in the local area. The folklore has even woven itself into the famous floating mystery of the SS Algae in 1888, where the ship was found floating 10 miles from the shore with no trace of its 34-man crew to ever be found." So, did he actually capture the real sounds of this mermaid? I guess that's up to you to decide. It's said that a NOAA deep-sea research vessel captured footage of a mermaid in 2006, and let me tell you, it's pretty convincing. Now, they didn't mean to find a mermaid, as their camera was lowered deep into the ocean to investigate and repair an oil tank used by the research team. Now, as the camera scans the drum for damage, business as usual, we can see different sea creatures swimming by. But workers on the vessel were shocked when a long-finned creature darts by the camera. Now, it only appears for a brief moment, but it doesn't look anything like the other fish that were caught on tape. Due to this, people think it's a mermaid that was caught on film. Now, it goes by so fast though that we can't be sure, as some people are writing it off as being a deep-sea eel or a large fish. Now, the creature swims by too fast to be sure that it's a mermaid, but there's definitely a possibility. A mermaid in South Africa was caught tricking locals into thinking she was a woman who needed help. You see, in 2008, the legendary mermaid known as the Kimman, a legendary water creature that is half human, half fish, was spotted in a river in South Africa. A group of family and friends were camping near the river when they heard a loud bashing sound. Now, they went out to investigate and found what appeared to be a white woman with long black hair and reddish eyes thrashing about in the water. A man man named Daniel Capito and his friend Martin Ocklers rushed over to her as they wanted to help the woman as she was making heartbreaking crying sounds. Now Daniel went first, but he said that he stopped in his tracks when he noticed a reddish shine in her eyes. Now the sight sent shivers down his spine, but he claimed that he was pulled forward as if hypnotized. Now he was able to muster enough energy to call for his son and his nephew to help him, and the two of them broke his trance. Then Martin said he saw the female figure swimming, first on one side of the low water bridge, then on the other, and then standing on the bridge before diving back into the black water. Now he said that the figure made the strangest sound, like a woman crying. Now his mother, Dina, said the figure sounded so sorrowful. "My heart could take it no more," she said. Now the group said that they had heard about and had been warned about the Kimman, but they never believed it existed. Now this encounter sounds terrifying, and I can't even imagine what those cries would have sounded like. A TikToker named Ryan Coleman has posted many disturbing TikToks of encounters he's had with what he believes are mermaids. Now Ryan works on a huge ship, so he's often in the middle of the ocean, and one night while in the middle of nowhere, he began to hear strange sounds. So he started recording and posting it on TikTok, and in one video he shows two creatures, one on each side of the huge ship, swimming really fast and keeping up speed with the ship. Then he begins to hear strange yelling and moans coming from the water, from those creatures specifically. It's unsettling for sure, but then at one point you can hear one of the creatures yell, "Jump for me." Yeah, they were trying to get him into the water, and every time I hear that audio I get the chills because it's just so clear. Now some people are saying that these are mermaids, while others say they're sirens trying to lure him off the boat. And I mean, that's what sirens do, right? They lure men into the sea. Now regardless, whatever it was creepy. And this isn't the only time that something like this has happened. Ryan has posted many videos documenting his experiences with what he believes are mermaids. People online think this is some of the best modern day proof we have of mermaids, and I have to say that I agree. A video has been posted on TikTok of someone in a kayak enjoying their time in nature when all of a sudden they started hearing strange sounds. Now they thought it could have been a fish or even a shark, so they took their phone out and started recording, but it turns out it wasn't a normal sea creature, it was actually a mermaid. Now the footage shows the mermaid's tail up and out of the water and flop down quickly, where she is seen swimming back deep underwater. Now clearly this scared the person kayaking, and they paddled away to shore, which was probably the best idea if we're being honest here. Now it seems like the mermaid or creature didn't realize that the kayaker was there and also got spooked. Now this person is so lucky that she didn't try to capsize them or drag them underwater to have as a tasty snack for later.